I got one for you.
Yeah.
At what point, or did you always know to use no dialogue, to use complete audio?
That's a good question. Why I decided not to use any dialogue? As I was growing up, I've always been into film, and people were always saying, interviews with famous directors, even Tarantino and Guillermo del Toro, they were always saying, it's really hard to shoot a film with just music.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's the way I want to do it. I want to learn the hard way.
Right.
So I decided to go ahead and do that. And to make it even harder on me and everybody else, my cast and crew probably don't even know this, but there was no script. We just showed up. I had an idea, and we just showed up. And I'm like, all right, let's see, what can we use? There's a trash can. Let's use that. So we just shot it. That's basically how the whole thing went. We're just kind of like, hey, whatever's there, we'll use it. But yeah, that's your question.
Well, that's admirable.
I've always wanted to do the hard way.
That's cool.
I was always told that was the hard way, and trust me, it is. Trust me, it is.
This is for both of you guys. I just don't know either one of you. So, what's y'all's background in film, and what is this your first film or second film, or what's?
Well, I'm a student at the University of Texas at Arlington. I'm currently a sophomore in that film program, and this was my final project for an intro class, and I did one film. I did one narrative, a short narrative before that won an award at the school film festival. And this is my first film festival where it wasn't at the school. I'm very excited to be here at the first film fest.
My background is, I don't have a background. I was more of a writer, especially in high school. And one day, when I was out of a job, hungry, I said, you know what, I want to become a filmmaker. That was like in 2004, actually. So I started writing a bunch of scripts, just constantly. I think in 1 month I wrote about 9 scripts, and including 2 full features. So that's where I started. Bought me a little camera, that one right there, as a matter of fact. And I learned with this camera right here everything I need to know on a cheap gateway computer. And that was my film school. And the first film that I shot, that's where I met the actor, the homeless man, Abel. The first film that I ever shot, I decided to try. It was like a disaster. It looked so good when I was there, and I was like, this is great. When I got home to edit it, you see the wires and the guy standing there. My guy was helping me standing, and I'm like, oh my God, what I get into. So that's my background. But as I go, I'm learning, and I promise the next one will be better. I'm going to be better. Yes, sir.
How long did it take to make your film?
Mine was shot in a day. Yeah, it was actually no. It was most of it. The apartment stuff was shot in one day, and then we had to come back a separate day because it had gotten too dark for us to shoot outside, and so we met up again in this alley that we found on a separate day. So it took about a day and like 4 hours.
And how long to edit?
Editing took a long time because there were 3 different versions of this film that I tried to do. Just little different kinds of things that I was going to do. I was also experimenting with the music that I was going to use until I found 2 artists, Jackie Gibson and John Morgan, that helped me out by letting me use their music for free.
It was scheduled to be shot in 2 weekends. In April, when we started in May, and it took like 3 months because some people couldn't get them on the same page. I won't say who they are, but they're in this section right here. So, it took that long, but it was okay. It was worth it. The editing, as we shot and finished that day, I went home and edited it. Because I don't use clapboards or anything like that. It's just mental. So while I'm there shooting, I'm already thinking about my editing. I'm thinking about the music. We composed all the music, I think like maybe 3 weeks ago. About 3 months, 3 or 4 months, I think. Anybody else?
Who was the inspiration for the artist for your movie?
It's kind of a conglomeration of a lot of my friends, because I have a lot of friends in San Marcos that are trying to go to Texas State to study music, but at the same time they're trying to become successful indie musicians. And there's a bunch of people in the artist, in that character. It's about like 5 different people.
Anybody else? Anybody else? That's it? That's it. All right, great. Thank you, everybody, for coming. One more here.
Before it begins, these last few scenes, Haley's angel is calling to her as she passes in the back to look listening between the bushes. Was that intentional or just magic that happened?
Well, let me tell you what happened. First of all, let's go back to the bird. All right. None of this was planned. It just so happened that a little bird came and landed in the tree, and he let Abel, the homeless man, grab him, you know. So we're like, oh wow, let's use that, you know. So we did. That was just like, so same thing with the light. It just happened. It was like it was meant to be there, you know. And no matter what I did, I couldn't move. If you saw, I tried to move, and you know, it just wouldn't go away. So, okay, let's use that, you know. So it was just right place at the right time. That's all it was. Or maybe something.
What was the inspiration for Haley's Angels?
The inspiration is I was going through YouTube, and I saw this video about child abuse, and there was a little girl named I can't remember her, like little Kaylee or something like that. But her mother's boyfriend was abusing her and kicked her in the stomach, destroying all her organs. She died instantly. So I said, hey, I'm going to do a film about that. And the homeless man character is actually from a script, a full feature script that I have. I said, hey, let's throw him in there too. So see what happens. So that's where the originated from. Is from that, just that 5-minute clip of YouTube. I just decided to do it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
The Parks and Recreation Director. First of all, coming. Had a pleasure, Nicodemus, to see your film prior to this. And Israel, I was looking forward to seeing your film as well. I wanted to say a couple of quick things. There was tons and tons of short entries. Jackie's our assistant director. She'll tell you, to get to be one of the official selections is really incredible. Let's hear it for both of these young men.